pleased and happy to be part of it, as we all are here today. We are celebrating Frank and Alice Ostiguy's 70th wedding anniversary, which is really something today. And we're here with Ryan Fatman, Senator Fatman.
So I have a citation from the State Senate for Alice and Frank, but before I get to that, I just wanted to say a few words because I've gotten to know Frank and Alice over the course of the last 5 years, from being a state representative to now the state senator. And they're two of the people that I always look forward to seeing here in Uxbridge, but moreover, two of the people I always look forward to seeing at any senior center because they've got such a positive attitude. And I think that that positive attitude has probably brought them through 70 years.
Yes.
I have been fortunate enough to be married for 3 years myself. My wife and I have been together for 14 years over the course of our relationship. And I know that sometimes there's ups and downs in all those relationships, but you have the love to fall back on. And after 70 years of wonderful love and 2 children and 4 grandchildren and 1 great-grandson, that's a lot of success in anyone's life. And to be able to leave that legacy here in this wonderful country is something that we should all be very proud of, because it doesn't happen too often to make it that long. And actually, we as an office, my office looked up in our area, we have 14 towns that we represent, and we went into the marriage certificates. My wife is the Register of Probate for the Worcester and Family Court, and she has access to all these documents. And so there's only one other married couple that we could find that has had, or two other married couples that have had 70 years or more of marriage in my district of 175,000 people. So that tells you how rare it is and how wonderful it is. But I've got a citation here from the State Senate, and I'll read it very briefly. It says, "Be it hereby known to all that the Massachusetts Senate extends its congratulations to Frank and Alice Ostiguy in recognition of celebrating her 70th wedding anniversary, and be it further known that the Massachusetts Senate extends its best wishes for continued success in all endeavors, given this day, July 6th, because July 6th was the wedding anniversary, signed by myself, Ryan Fatman, and the President of the Senate, Stanley Rosenberg." And let's say, how about cheers to the next 70 years?
Congratulations. Thank you, Ryan.
Good afternoon, everybody. If I could have your attention, we'll do a brief presentation. I'll give you fill you in on a few things happening. But before we begin, last month I was talking about my former police department in Auburn. Officer Ron Tarantino was shot and killed. And then last night, basically 11 police officers were shot and 5 were killed in Dallas, Texas. So I would just ask everyone, if we could just have a moment of silence before we begin on behalf of the Dallas Police Department. This is the second worst tragedy in law enforcement since 9/11. So if we could just have a moment of silence, please. Thank you very much. And on a happier note, I'll say that the Uxbridge Police Department welcomed Officer William Ethier back to duty. Officer Ethier was hired by the Uxbridge Police Department as a lateral transfer, a part-time lateral transfer from the Worcester Police Department. He worked for us full-time on a waiver for a year, and he went into the Worcester Police Academy this past January, and he graduated July 1st. So he's actually back out on patrol, which is helping us out right now. It's great to have him back, and I'll be bringing him in at some point to introduce you to him. And we also hired 2 other officers as part-time officers. That's how we hire our full-time officers. They get established on that list, we train them. And it's James Flagg, who's a full-time dispatcher for the Uxbridge Police Department. He just started his FTO program this past week. And also Dan Cahill, Dan Cahill is also from Uxbridge, both graduates from Uxbridge High School, both residents of town, but Officer Cahill is actually a full-time dispatcher for the town of Auburn, and he'll be working with us starting the FTO program next week. So we're very pleased with that. I want to remind everybody again that we have that prescription drop-off receptacle in the lobby of Uxbridge Police Headquarters. So your medication that's expired or you're not going to utilize it, make sure, hey, let's properly dispose of that. We want to make sure we keep everybody safe. So that's there 24/7, free of charge. And also, today is a very special day. Ryan Fatman had just left, and he was recognizing Frank and Alice Susky's here today. So I also would like to recognize Frank and Alice Susky. I didn't know this, but Ryan Fatman explained to us that he researched through probate database of all the towns that he represents, 14 communities, I believe, 175,000 residents, and they're one of 3 couples in his district that have been married for 70 or more plus years. So I think that is quite a milestone and shows their love and commitment for one another. So on behalf of the Uxbridge Police Department, I'd like to give them a certificate of appreciation awarded to Frank and Alice Susky for community recognition, achieving 70 years of marriage. This past July 6th, 1946 was their anniversary date. So I want, on behalf of the PD, I wish you continued health and long, happy marriage.
Thank you. Thank you, Chief. Thank you very much.
And I'll turn it over to Mark. And after this presentation, we'll serve you lunch, and then I'll be introducing Donna from the Worcester County Sheriff's Department, who's going to share with you some safety programs.
Okay, Frank and Alice, I can't tell you how thrilled I am to have you here today to celebrate your 70th wedding anniversary. I first met Frank about 20 years ago when he was on the ZBA, and he's always been so civic-minded and part of this community. And I think what Senator Fatman said, I can only echo. A lot of success to you and your family, the love that you guys share. I know marriage is full of ups and downs, and you've weathered them all. So on behalf of myself and my staff and all of your friends here at the Senior Center, Lynn has a little something, an expression of our appreciation to you and to represent this great occasion. Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary. I think everyone is here, and we're ready to start our lunch. So we will just take a moment to give thanks for one another in this great day, and keep each other in our hearts and prayers. Okay, so as we typically do, those of you who are unable to get up, we will serve you, and then we'll ask the rest of the group to come on up and enjoy our nice fish dinner. And then Donna will speak. Okay, while we have a little bit of downtime, I just wanted to call your attention to a notice at your table. In an attempt to try to offer more programs for all of you, we are running a senior academy this summer. We just finished up a 6 weeks photography class, which was very well attended, run by Dennis Smith. And he's the photographer that took all those pictures up by our coffee station. You'll see the various different beautiful spots that he's captured here in Uxbridge. And we're happy to announce that on July 19th, 26th, and August 2nd, Barbara Hall, many of you know Barbara, she was instrumental in forming the community garden here in Uxbridge. Barbara is very interested in genealogy and helping you learn about your roots. So we're going to be conducting a class on July 19th, 26th, and August 2nd called Finding Your Roots. It's going to be from 6:30 till about 7 o'clock. And so any of you that are interested in learning more about your family tree, please join us. Okay? All right, thank you. I wanted to just make sure everybody knew that that was coming up, alrighty? Okay, have a nice lunch, everybody.
Thank everybody for coming out to the Community Policing Speakers Bureau. Looking forward to seeing you next month. Hard to believe we're in July already. August is right around the corner. Don't forget, we do have our fireworks display and all the programs that are going to be going on over at McCluskey tomorrow, starting at 4 p.m. We'll be down there with the police department too, helping you get settled and everything else, but we're looking forward to that event. And without further ado, welcoming the Worcester County House of Correction back. And this is Donna. She'll explain to you some of the programs that they have for Worcester County Sheriff's Office.
Thank you very much, Chief. Thank you to Masha for inviting us here. My name is Donna Ostiguy, and I've been with the Worcester County Sheriff's Office. I am the Community Outreach and Development Coordinator, but I've actually been working with the senior population for the last 15 years. I used to manage an elder law firm and produce a TV show for seniors called The Senior Focus for years. I left that and I had the opportunity to come on board with Sheriff Lou. One of the biggest blessings of my life. It's been a great transition, and I still get to work with the senior population, which is my passion. So I want to talk to you a tiny bit about some of the programs out there for safety for seniors. So many people don't realize all the programs that are available to them and the resources. So I wanted to just quickly outline for you some of the things at the Worcester County Sheriff's Office. I know Sheriff Lou is a huge promoter of seniors and helping them in the community and the programs that we have. I want to tell you a few quick stories that came from my background with elder law for seniors. It's actually a relative of mine, my uncle, and my aunt lived in Florida during the winters. And they went down to Florida, Bradenton, Florida. My parents go, well, my dad's passed now, but my parents went every year for the last 17 years. And my aunt and uncle were down there and got in a car accident. And my aunt has dementia, severe, and he was on his way to take her to an appointment. And they got in a car accident. He was knocked unconscious and didn't have his information, forgot everything. They were rushing in the morning, had only his license. She had no ID on her whatsoever, which was sad. And I think to myself, the programs that they have out there now, compared to what they had back then, 12 years ago when this happened, access would have been way quicker and things like that. They have a program that the Worcester County Sheriff's Office sponsors called the Iris Scan program, and some people are very hesitant. They say, why do I want my information in a database? It's not for general public. We have something called an Iris Scan program that scans the iris of your eye. It's sent out to one company that keeps all of the information, so it's not like federal government type information. It's only for if someone does get into an accident, has Alzheimer's disease, children. We do a lot of schools, the Iris Scan program, and what it consists of, your iris has the ability for, when we scan them, that it's almost like 99.9% that they can identify your marking better than a fingerprint. They're starting to do this even in jails and things like that now. So this program that we have, the Iris Scan, we have a computer system. You put this little machine up to your eyes and it scans your iris and you put your information in. So God forbid that you end up in a car accident or have a stroke or have someone with dementia or things like that, or even a child. The beauty of this program, it's absolutely free. We do it on a regular basis at our health fairs and things like that, and we'd be happy to come to the senior center if we haven't already, Masha, to scan anybody's eyes. Again, a great program, and if you think about it, that if there was a car accident, for them to immediately scan your eyes and know who you were, your place, your address, medical information, things like that, point of contact, how easy is that compared to someone looking it up, trying to find in the computer if the information's accurate. So really another very, very important program that the Sheriff's Office offers. I'm going to talk briefly too about another thing that we have been recently speaking on, which is prescriptions and the elderly. Because of the opiate epidemic, and I'm sure everybody's very, very aware of that, the Sheriff's Office offers presentations on this because so many people think, oh, it's not going to happen in my family. I don't have to worry about that. You put your medicine in your cabinets and you leave them there. And you think, no one's going to look at them. Why? It's my medicine. Why do I have to safeguard them? In this day and age, you have to safeguard them. We've had many people come to us over the past that have said that I had a relative or a caregiver go into my medicine cabinet and I didn't realize it was too late, and I had 22 medication for my pain, and now I'm down to 6 pills, and I know I didn't take them all, but what happened to them? And there's no accountability. So we tell people all the time to safeguard your medications, put them in a locked area, hide them, whatever it be, and keep track of them. We tell them to keep track of how many pills they have, how many they've used, even if they've written it down, honestly. We see time and time again family members go into homes, literally, and steal their grandparents' medication. And you'd think it wouldn't happen to you, but we've had people call us and say that they didn't realize it. We've even had people call and say, geez, I put my house up for sale and we had an open house. And during the open house, their medication got stolen. And that's becoming very, very, very frequent now, where they come into your home. We've had people who are cable workers who come in, say, can I use the bathroom? Their medicine's in their medicine cabinet and it's gone. So we ask you to safeguard, an important factor as well, to please safeguard your medication. Look at it, keep account of it, know where it's at. And again, I heard the chief mention that they have a medication take back for anybody who doesn't use it. We have people who keep it for years. Sometimes they flush it in the toilet, and we know there's very happy fish out there. So we're hoping that there's a turnaround, that people will say to themselves, geez, you know, there's a proper place to dispense of it now. I heard the police chief say that he takes it. And another important factor in today's opiate epidemic, to really be aware of where your medication is. So we do presentations on that. We also have something called the house numbering program. I'm not sure if anybody has heard about it. We make these beautiful plaques. I have one in my house, except I painted the inside to match the color of my house. But this is all reflective paint in here, so that when an EMT, an ambulance, a fire truck comes to your home, these signs are made up at the jail. They're free of charge. They cost nothing. So if anybody would like to have one of our free house numbering program, part of our house numbering program, and order one of these, we can deliver it right here to the senior center for you. We do it all the time. It's another great program that the sheriff's office offers. We know how many times that an ambulance is called and they can't find the correct number and they drive up and down the street looking for it. This allows them easy access to your home. So again, one more of our programs. We also do, and I know that Masha just mentioned that they had done some painting here years ago, we have something called the Inmate Work Crew. I don't know if anybody's had the opportunity to see that driving by places. The sheriff's office has saved over tens of thousands of dollars that we do inmate work cleanup. We had them at my children's school probably 15 years ago, and they redid the whole school. We went back to school that year and the entire school was painted gorgeous. We send our inmate work crews out, and those are the inmates that are very close to being released from prison. They've got good behavior, and they go out and they help communities to beautify and really help with projects that people just can't afford to do, communities cannot afford. So again, another one of our programs. We also have something coming up that I have to tell everybody about, and I don't know if anybody has anybody ever attended our senior picnic at SAC Park out in Shrewsbury? Oh, one person. Well, you can tell them, or I can tell you, that it's the most successful picnic in all of New England. It's over 1,200 seniors attend. We have a fabulous lunch that the sheriff puts on of hamburger, hot dogs, corn on the cob. What else? Oh, the list goes on and on. Food, all free. And we do bingo all afternoon. And the bingo games are donated. Senator Fatman's one, he's always with us. His wife is always with us. If anybody at all, we have, I noticed the sign right up on the board there. It's on August 20th at SAC Park in Shrewsbury. It's free. It costs nothing. The raffles are fabulous. I mean, we have people going home with, I know the top bingo last year was like $400, $100 games. It's just a great day, and we have lots of raffle prizes too. We would encourage and hope that you can attend. And we're happy to come to anywhere, any community, to speak on any of our programs. I'm going to leave with Masha some of our house numbering signs, sheets that you can fill out and leave it with her, and we can come back and collect them. If anybody has any questions about the programs that we have, we'd be happy to answer them. I know Sheriff Lou is on TV a lot, out in the community. He's very, very, very community-driven for senior population. So I want to thank you all so much for having me here, and thank you to Marsha again, and hope that you enjoy the rest of your summer. Thank you now.
So we're gonna find out.
We need one? Sure.
I'm reading one about an